G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's June 23rd, 2023. This is the spot gold price update. On our weekly and daily, we're in a bearish momentum, although we've got this bullish divergence on the hourly, which we may see a potential bounce from this minor support. Let's talk about each of these. On the weekly, all the indicators are pointing down. Even the new oscillator is turned to the downside, and that's giving us this bearish signal on the weekly time frame. So we usually trade when the weekly, daily and hourly are aligned. So the weekly is in a bearish momentum. The daily likewise is in a bearish momentum, but notice it's hit this minus support area on the 61% Fibonacci retracement in this range, and there was a bearish divergence which we projected some time ago against the price chart bullish divergence when we said it was going to break below this diagonal trend line, which it did. That was our initial target area. You can see there it's actually broken in a first Fibonacci range between 38 and the 50% Fibonacci, and then eventually it sort of fluctuated around the 50% for a while. Then it finally broke through to the downside to the 61% level, and it's resting there as we speak. Now it may possibly break to the downside, although that is a minor support, and we may see a bounce to the upside. Now why we may see a bounce if we go to the hourly, if I zoom in here, you can see there's a bullish divergence on the CCI versus a bearish divergence on the price chart. So that we're looking at possibly the price coming up. So these usually work, but they don't always work. So there's no guarantee, of course. But for this to work, we need to see the CCI continue in an upward momentum, and actually we need to see it break above this trend line, this dotted trend line. As well, we need to see the price bounce to the upside and break beyond this descending trend line. And our initial target area has been drawn in this area here, and that's basically, let me draw you the Fibonacci again. I like to keep the Fibonacci's, so that would have been in the Fibonacci, that range there. It's still going, so let's draw that. We may have to readjust it. Yeah, it's changed subtly, so let's move that down into between the 38% and the 61%. So that'll be the new target area if it breaks beyond this descending trend line, and if this CCI keeps going up. Now for this to fail, we need to see the CCI break down below this low here. This main low here. So if that breaks below that level there, that'll be will invalidate the divergence. Likewise, we need to see the price continue to the downside for it to be invalidated. So that's a possibility. Of course, we're a bit way off that at the moment. We've probably got a few days to figure that out. If it starts bouncing to the upside, we'll keep an eye on it in the coming days. But otherwise, I like to use these divergences as a potential trend reversal to take your profits and get out of the trade if you're going long or short. In this case, if you're going short, to potentially take your profits if it starts bouncing to the upside and threatening to break this descending trend line. Otherwise, if all three timelines are aligned, we do some back tests, and up here you can see there those two, the short and the long back test. We trade in the direction of the overall trends, and that just gives you, and here we've got some averaging downs, and to avoid those averaging downs you could either use stop losses, but stop losses will often get you in a negative in your account balance. But if you stop trading, you might take a bit of a hit on your drawdown and your profitability, but ultimately it pays off, and I've done videos on that in the past. So the way you trade this and avoid these drawdowns is, as I said, make sure you trade only in direction of the weekly and the daily. So here, for example, since November 23, you would have traded those long periods only when the weekly and the daily are aligned going long. Likewise, going short, you would have traded those periods when the weekly and the daily and the hourly are going short. So to understand how to trade this and other trading strategies, subscribe to my Patreon page, where we also do some weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Subscribe, like and share the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.